name is Samar. I also go by Sam or First Time Panner. Any of those you want to call me, you can. I have my window open because, as you can see, Rosie's looking out the window, so sorry if this throws off the lighting. Not that my production quality was any good ever, but yeah, she's having fun. This will be an update for my old new Gifted Blue project. I'm actually filming on time for the first time in a very long time. Can I upload this on time though is the question. We shall see. This is basically a quick overview. I'm pretty sure I'm the only one on YouTube still, maybe even on Instagram, because I haven't seen anyone else doing this, but you know, I'm having fun, so I'm not gonna stop. But I'm like one of the only people left doing this project. It was created by Jessica Lee for Misty, because Misty wanted a project where you can pan old and new items at the same time, and that made Jessica think of the old wedding saying old, new, borrowed, blue, but she changed borrowed to gifted because that's just a lot, not only more common but sanitary for beauty products. And this is just a continuous project until people stop posting, and I don't think I'll ever stop posting this project because it is such a good project for me because of the whole concept of panning like my old stuff that needs to be used up before it goes bad, but also using my new stuff while it's still new and fresh instead of neglecting it because I'm only panning old things. And then, you know, it gives me a little bit of wiggle room, especially with the gifted. I like to put in my free free gift with purchase products and mini samples because I have a lot of those. So this is kind of like the perfect project for me. I'm supposed to upload there's no we anymore. I'm supposed to upload on the 24th every month, so let's see if I can do that. But I will just get started with the update. My first product, which is my old product, is still kicking. It's the Tony Moly Blueberry Lip Balm. This totally could have been in for the blue prompt as well because it's blueberry, but I bought this nearly, well, not like nearly yet, but over a year and a half ago, and it's been like open and used since I first bought it because I bought this while I was out of town and needed a lip balm. So for me, especially for a product that I'm putting on my lips, that is way too old, and it's like a potted cream, so it just kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies to let it keep sitting and not being used and just growing bacteria like an agar plate. Anyway, yeah, I'm trying to finish it, and it's really hard to tell how much I've used because I feel like you don't really get the proper depth perception maybe if I hold it like this, but I feel like every time I show this it just looks the same because I haven't like hit pan yet or like hit the bottom of the packaging because I'm just wearing the surface away evenly. But when I first rolled this in, I had guessed that it was going to take me about 3 months to use because this already did have use on it, but because this does actually have color, like it does show up pink on my lips, I didn't want to wear it to bed, which is how I usually use my lip masks. I'm only using it in the morning as like kind of just a lip treatment while I put on my makeup before I put on my lip product, which, by the way, my lip product, I had hoped it would go well with what's on my eyes. It has like literally the exact same shift, but I feel like Fenty glosses, you can like never see like the color or the sparkle like 5 minutes after you put it on your lips. Yeah, I only use this once a day in the morning, so this is moving much more slowly than the other two of these little Tony Moly lip balms that I panned earlier this year. So I'm still hoping that I'll finish it by next update because, I mean, for sure this will be done by the end of the year, but if I could have it done a week earlier and just be able to roll it out by next update, that would be even better. I'm really gonna try my hardest. Maybe I'll start using it like to work if I'm wearing a pink look, which I am panning a berry toned palette right now, so that's a possibility. My new item was, as usual, a new palette or an unused palette. This was not new, but it was new to me. It's the ABH Spice palette. This one is still available. However, for some reason the sugar palette was discontinued. Out of all the palettes that ABH came out with in this kind of like form, I feel like they discontinued the best one from each little palette format. Like they got rid of the sugar palette, which I have. They got rid of this one. I'm almost done using this, No Pen Left Behind, but they got rid of the sugar palette for the little 9 pans. They got rid of the Norvina palette from their like original standard palettes, and then they got rid of the Rose Metals palettes from their like new version of their full-size palettes. I just don't really understand why ABH consistently discontinues their best version of each palette. But anyway, I still like this one, and this one is still available. My goal was to use this No Pen Left Behind as always, and I was able to do that in just 2 looks. This is the second look today, and this shimmer is like really popping on my eyes in this lighting right now. That's this one right here. I think this, I don't know, these little 9 pans from ABH have really impressed me more than I thought they would, which is why it took me like a year to buy them. Luckily I got the sugar one before, like literally right before it was discontinued. I bought the last batch of the palettes. But yeah, they are incredibly sparkly, like not super, I mean this shade technically is a shifty shade. It's like a neutral green shift, but once you put it on top of the matte shades it pretty much just looks green. But yeah, it's like not the most shifty special shades, but they're just so sparkly, like super sparkly but not glittery. They're just like really pretty, and I don't know how to describe it. I'm bad with my words, clearly. I don't think I'm going to buy the other palettes of this kind, like the ABH 9 pans, just because the color stories aren't really my thing. Potentially maybe down the line in the future I would get the 9 pan sultry, but not right now. I'm very happy with these 2 so far, and I really enjoyed using this. So this is rolling out. I've met my goal. My gifted item I do not have with me. It was a Kiehl's kind of like mini size of their face wash, just like their original face wash. I rolled it in 2 updates ago, and I had used like 2/3 of it by last update, and then I finished it maybe a week ago and then I still had the like empty packaging in my shower, and then my property management company sent an email. They were like, hey, in 2 days we're gonna have maintenance come into everyone's apartment and inspect your apartment for potential hazards or violations. They were just checking for violations, to be quite honest, but I don't have any. But I was like, I need to clean, even though my apartment isn't gross or disgusting. I still have not finished unpacking, so it was a tad bit of a tripping hazard. And then it was also kind of like, I don't know, I just feel like no matter, like even if your apartment, I'm going off on like an unnecessary tangent, but like even if your place is clean and fine, I just get nervous that if people are gonna come in, they're gonna be judging me. And like, what if my apartment has a smell? Like, you know how some people have a smell in their apartment that they don't notice because it's just their apartment smell? What if mine had that? So anyway, I started frantically cleaning because again, I only had 2 days, and one of the days was a work day, so I really only had like an hour or so of cleaning time that day. And when I saw that packaging in my shower, I kind of just threw it away because I wasn't thinking clearly, and I forgot that it was in this project. So long story short, I threw away there's dust flying. I clearly didn't clean my apartment well enough, but I threw that packaging away, but I did finish it. So fear not, you're gonna have to trust me, but I finished that face wash. So that is a rollout and a goal met. And then finally for my blue prompt, I also rolled this in 2 updates ago. They were originally in blue packaging, like the outer packaging, the box these came in was blue. These were Estee Lauder. It was like a free gift with purchase set from Ulta or Sephora, I can't remember, but it's their like advanced night repair skincare line. And I had finished the like first update after rolling them in. I had finished the first advanced night repair that it came with, and then the face cream, and then now I finished the second advanced night repair and the eye cream. This is rolling out. It was fine. It was nothing special. The only thing that I like really liked out of the set was the face cream, because it reminded me of my favorite skincare, like my Guerlain face cream, which is incredibly expensive. I did buy another set, which I will be using next year. But anyway, that's done. It's time to roll in my new products. So nothing to roll in for old because this is staying in. For new, of course, I have another eyeshadow palette to share with you because I just keep buying eyeshadow. But this is the Huda Beauty Nude. I think this is the Nude Obsessions, or maybe it's just nude, and this is the medium version. Oh yeah, it says here, medium nude obsessions. I bought this during the Sephora sale. This palette has been on and off of my wish list for years. I think like since I first started getting into eyeshadow, maybe in like 2022, I have kind of had one eye on this, but I never bought it because I was like, I don't really need it. I at first was skeptical of Huda Beauty's small palettes because I would always hear people say her large palettes are really, really good, which I agree with. Unfortunately, she's no longer making them, but I would hear people say her large palettes are really good and her small palettes are not good quality. So I never bought it, even though I really liked the color story. And then also, like, as I started getting into, even when I started getting into Huda Beauty, the brand, I was also getting into like special eyeshadows, like multi-chromes, iridescents, topper shades, and this palette has absolutely none of those because this is like a late 2010s eyeshadow palette when that wasn't really a thing for mainstream brands. So I was like, I don't need it. But then like I kept seeing it, and the other two, like the light and the deep versions of these, have, I think they were just discontinued a while ago, but for some reason, maybe this one's the best seller, this one stuck around, and I was like, I put it back on my wish list because I just couldn't stop clicking on it and looking at it every time I saw it. And then the Sephora sale happened and I was like, it's time. So I bought the nude medium. Here it is. And I noticed that this basically looks like the pinky version of the ABH Spice palette. Like, I'll open this one up. If you look at them, they're like, maybe the ABH palette does go slightly deeper, but I feel like this is the yellow tone version and this is the pink tone version of the same palette. But I think this will be a really good palette to use because I keep putting my hand on my hip like I have something important to say. I am going on a trip out of town in 2 weeks, so this will kind of be like the perfect little palette to bring because it's for a special occasion, and I only ever do like simple neutral nude makeup looks when I have a special occasion to go to, because I get too worried that if I try to do something too bold and it goes wrong, then I will just like be very self-conscious at the event. And especially for like special occasions and like very formal stuff, which this kind of is, I like to be a little bit more understated. So I think this is gonna be the palette that I bring with me. I'll be out of town for like 4 days, so I don't think this will last me. Like, I think I'll be able to hit my goal, which is no pan left behind on this, well before I have to come back into town, but I'm totally fine with that. I'll be able to use this very thoroughly and yeah, just test it out and see what I think. I'm hoping that this doesn't have horrible quality because I still have never tried a like small Huda palette, but I think I'll be able to make it work no matter what. I'm also just like very excited to use these tones. They look very, very nice. My gifted item is yet another Kiehl's face wash. So this is the cream to foam formula according to the packaging. I got this in like an Ulta free gift with purchase. Like, I always get these little things from Ulta. I feel like almost every order I make, and it just has like a bunch of these random things. But I've tried this a few times and I didn't know if I would like it because I don't usually like cream face washes, but if I use enough of this, then it does lather up pretty decently. And I feel like it gets my face perfectly clean. So yeah, I'm happy to use this and finish this. So yeah, that'll be my goal, to finish this in this project, and I'll probably bring this with me out of town too because It's very small and compact and perfect for travel. I'm also planning on taking my blue item with me out of town, which is this Mara Algae Enzyme Cleansing Oil. I also got this in a little like free gift with purchase pack from Ulta. And the packaging is blue, so there. But yeah, I think this is literally just like a face, oh there goes Rosie, a face oil. And even if it's not like the best, the absolute best for taking off my makeup, I haven't tried it yet. As long as it's an oil, it'll help me take my makeup off. So that's good enough for me. And it's super, super tiny, which is good for going out of town for 4 days. I'm thinking this should last me the entirety of the trip and I'll be able to finish this no problem. So this will be my final roll-in for this update. I've been talking for way too long for like a 4-item project. I'll see you in my next video. Until then, I hope you have a great day. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.